You may have noticed that existence is a struggle for power. The biologists would call it survival fitness. If you have no survival fitness, you can't live. It's as simple as that. The most graphic illustration of power is money. If you have no money, then basically you are not going to thrive. So, hence the struggle for money, because money is power. And so, existence is a struggle for power. I mean, the things like food, shelter, healthcare, maybe a mate for procreation. These things are necessary, and without money you can't realize most of those things. So at a physical level, the struggle for existence is a struggle around money and the things that it can get that you need to survive. That's just the way it is, folks. Hence the clamour for money. Now, physical power is one thing, mostly manifest in money. Once you've got those things, then you're still not on sure ground, because what you need to establish is psychological power. The power to exist psychologically as you want to. So, that means resisting the demands of society, maybe family, friends, people that influence you, and to see that they have their own power trip. They want you to be whatever they want you to be for their own ends. So to be true to one's own needs is actually not all that easy, but it's the most important thing. Otherwise you become you develop what is essentially a parasite within you, which is other people's and societies and families and whoever, their needs within you, and that becomes a parasite. And it's a cause of pain because it doesn't reflect your own needs. As far as society is concerned, you have to play the game, but don't believe in it. As Jesus Christ said, be in the world but not of it. Just don't believe in it. You probably have to suck up to your boss. You probably have to say Happy Christmas, even when no one means absolutely anything by it whatsoever. You have to know what the world is. It's a striving for power, and physical power at one level, but psychological power which is more important. So, for society, just play the game but don't believe in it. As far as people like family and friends are concerned, then they will want you to be whatever they think you should be, so that they increase their own psychological power. It's a fact that everyone believes that others should have their opinions and believe in what they believe, because it kind of increases their power. Now, where family is concerned, it's difficult, obviously, and a lady called Kathleen Spieth, who's a psychoanalyst and was involved in the Gurdjieff work, said, you will never be free until you are free of family. Now that's a kind of heresy these days, isn't it? Because family is, how can I put it, the thing that we should all sacrifice ourselves for. But that statement isn't saying that we don't have anything to do with our family, we don't love them, whatever. What it's saying is, don't let them get their hooks into you, so that they are dictating how you should be and what you should do. And in society, if you mix with the polite people, the polite classes, and you go to things like cocktail parties or dinner parties, you'll find that they usually They usually just become bragging parties. Well, we've just been on holiday to so-and-so. Oh, our son's going to this school. Oh, we've just bought a bigger house, whatever. I'm hoping that many of the people who listen to this don't mix with polite society, because it's not very pleasant. So you've got all that to deal with as well. All of that bragging is people trying to assert their power, to dominate. And as far as spiritual traditions concerned, well, just don't go there. They are dominated by hierarchies, obviously, and you'll find many people, in fact, in my experience, virtually all people enjoy their virtue signaling in these things, spiritual traditions and religions. And in fact, they will do things like Dharma combat to try and prove who's the wisest out of them. That comes in from the Eastern traditions. And another one, and this is all psychological power, toxic positivity. That isn't a term I've invented, it's a pretty well established set of behaviors now. In toxic positivity, people are wildly optimistic and display their happiness, in a sense, to try and dominate other people. I'm happier, I'm more successful, I'm whatever it is. Because happiness is a power signal. Obviously, if you are proclaiming to the world that everything is great for you, that the world is great, that, whatever, then you are virtue signaling and saying that you have a lot of power. Anyway, if you want to understand power and the nasty games that are played, particularly at a psychological level, then you need to read people like Nietzsche, Spinoza and Hobbes. In this short video I can only provide an outline, but if you read those people you get a taste for the power games. And here's a very important thing: the more you understand these power games, the more power you have to deal with them.